And a very good afternoon to you, and as the summer officially begins, the season of change in TRL comes to a close. It's a bit more important than it usually is, and it comes around once a year. We've got a new game, new drivers, all new LiDAR scan tracks, and a power vacuum to be filled as someone new looks to fill the void of Finnish domination that has conquered TRL for over a year. Live for the first time, and I'm very, very happy to say this, in F125. This is round 1 of Season 6 of Turbo Racing League, live from the Albert Park circuit in Australia. And afternoon everyone, welcome along to the TRL pre-race show brought to you by Dundee Energy. Use code TRL whenever you purchase from them for a discount, which helps us massively. I'm Mr. Storm, joined by a trifecta of TRL legends in their own right. We've got Titan, who's been here since the very start, Jamboy, who even 2 years on harps on about his 4 consecutive wins in T2, and our new member of the TRL pre- and post-race squad for Season 6. He recently retired one-time TRL champion Valtteri Bottass. We are ready for the first lap of the F125 era, and it goes to the home hero, Kels Beans, who rounds out the final corner here at the Albert Park circuit, activates the DRS, and gets the F125 era of Turbo Racing League underway, hitting up to 320 kilometers an hour as he flicks it right, then left for turns 1 and 2. 5th gear, rising into 6th, activates the DRS as he comes down the front straight now towards turn 3. He's used about 30% of his bashing. Of course, the main thing that we're going to have to worry about this season is tyre wear, not just in qualifying but also in the race. The wheel flicking strategy is now gone, and Kels is looking very tentative going through the first sector here as he comes up towards the split. It is a 26.914. Of course, Australia now LiDAR scanned, and Kels going all the way off the track. And he's still going, which is interesting, and I was a little bit taken aback because the speedometer is now in a completely different place to where it was in F124, so we've all got to learn for different things. We've all got to learn a couple of new game mechanics for this year. 44.748 in the middle sector as Kels comes up towards the reprofiled final sector, which was of course done in 2022 for the new era of Formula 1 cars. Of course, it's going to be our last season with these cars. Of course, F126 will have the new active aerodynamic cars with X-wings and Y-wings and whatever, as Kels comes up towards turn number 15, towards the final corner around the Albert Park circuit. 4th gear, rising into 5th, he's sliding everywhere. It's certainly not been the best stop, but he comes up towards the timing line, sets a 1 minute 17.568 to get the season going. Next up is Syfy F1, making his TRL debut for Red Bull Racing tonight, reserving it for Thomas, who's not here with us. Much cleaner out of the last corner than Kels was, and coming up towards the line. It is a much better lap time of 1 minute 15.911. We've got an Aston Martin of Marcus now, who hurtles up towards the line 16.466. And we have Ryu Zappu, who goes to the top of the timesheets with a 1 minute 15.858. Westrizi slots in 3rd, but a great start to the session for our Season 2 champion Titan.
Yes, it definitely has, and all the very competitive lap times on the field.
Hecron coming through on his final lap into the final few corners, and he's going to come across the main straight and finish his lap now.
Yeah, here comes Hecron, of course, for Ferrari, your driver, Jamboy, and he goes straight to the top of the timesheets himself with a 1 minute 15.816, and the top 6 separated by just around a 10th, about 1300ths, we'll say. That is very, very tight with 11 minutes to go. So what has happened for McLaren? We're going to find out. Hecron's also started a flying run. This is his last chance. Magnesheep's in an outlap. We're going to ride on board with Janko Tisa as he comes up towards the line now as he heads through turn number 12. Flat out through there into 13. Flick it left and flick it right one last time. Hecron coming up towards the first sector split. We'll ride with him in a minute. But Magnesheep was going to come up to the line to start his lap. Janko Tisa coming up towards the line to end his. Janko Tisa goes 3rd, and he's only 38 thousandths of a second off pole position. Hecron, the first sector, has found a 10th spot. Chick is back, but won't improve. So he's going to start 5th or lower. Hecron coming up towards that middle sector split. He's found a 10th in the first sector. How much more can he find in the middle? He's 2.5 tenths up. He's over 2.5 tenths up. And he could be on for pole position here. Syfy is heading up towards the middle sector. Ryu Zappu towards the first sector. Ryu Zappu's up by nearly 2 tenths. So everyone's finding time here, but it's going to be Hecron, the first out of our big 6, potentially even big 7 or 8, that is going to get their time across the timing line first. Through turn number 13, small lock up at the front left. That could cost him about half a tenth or perhaps a tenth. Westrisi has retired. He hasn't improved. So here comes Hecaron up towards the line. Is it going to be an improvement for him? He only goes 4th. And that lockup might have cost him a lot of time. Cypher F1 has spun. Ryu Zappu is now gone past his teammate for the weekend. And he is going to be now the first out of the rest of the people who have yet to finish their lap to come up towards the line. Through turn number 14.
Up.
Yeah, through 13, then to 14. And will the Season 2 champion start the season on pole position? Up towards the line he comes for Ryu Zappu. It's a 1 minute 15.343, which should be enough. Magnusheep looks like he's backed out, so is Mr. Business. And Ryu Zappu takes the first pole position of Season 6. And what a lap that was, Valtteri.
Yeah, it was an amazing lap. He was already 2 tenths up on his personal best after Sector 2. He improved by another half a tenth in Sector 3 alone.
Ryu Zappu on pole, and it's a Red Bull 1-2 Titan.
Yes, it is. So I'm just completely bamboozled. As soon as you said smoke seconds on the lap, disconnect.
Your head went spinning on Mars as soon as that happened. Jamboy, what a start to the season for Red Bull, but Hecaron in 4th.
Hecaron in 4th, you know, I'm not worried. What happens in the race? Well, we've got 27, 28 laps to go. Come on.
29 laps.
29 laps. You can do some magic here. We know it.
Can I just mention?
What?
Sam Rose has qualified P11 while being in the pit lane.
You know what I call that? I call that former champion bias.
Yeah,
And despite the fact he won his championship nearly 3 years ago. Still.
That's a GOAT performance.
Oh god. First qualifying session of F125 and of Season 6 in the books, and it's Ryu Zappu who's on pole position by 0.2 of a second from Cypher F1 in 2nd position for Red Bull. Third on the grid is Jan Cortisa, alongside him on the second row is Hecaron, Oscar, Smotchek, Magnusheep, Mr. Business, Marcus and Westrisi. Round out the top 10 as said, Sam Rose is 11th. Brad Gibb is in 12th with Kels and the Godboy in 14th. Kazoo was 15th on the medium compound tire. Theo did not set a lap time. The opening race of Season 6 and our opening race in F125 is live and uninterrupted, and of course, it's next. I hope you're excited at home. If you're listening in the voice chat, I hope you're excited. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you're excited. I can barely contain myself. I'm sitting down and I'm shaking, and I normally shake when I watch films with audio systems cranked up way high. I vibrate in my seat. I'm lifted off my seat. I don't like that, but I kind of have to do it. There's a Mercedes. It's Bottas who's gone around. He's not going to make the start. He's going to retire. But for the first time this season, we are ready to go racing in TRL for Season 6. We go to 1, we go to 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. A new era begins here at Albert Park. The Australian Grand Prix is underway. It's a great start from the poleman Ryu Zappu. Cypher's not had the best launch in the world. Hecaron's going to get up into 3rd, coming down into turn 1. But it's Ryu Zappu who gets the whole shot coming through turn number 1 and 2. Still a Red Bull 1-2 as it was. Hecaron's in 3rd, but he's got a great run on Cypher. Going up the inside, coming down into turn 3. Joseph move on the inside, forces Cypher wide a little bit, and he's going to have the outside for turn number 4. Can he hang it around? He's forced off wide, but he does get the place, and then loses it immediately after. So Zappu from Cypher from Hecaron, Oscar, then Magnusheep, Mr. Business, Marcus, Jan Cortisa with Westrisi and Brad Gibb, then 9th and 10th. And we have a spin in the back. The home hero Kelsbean is around.
Emil's not lost.
He's not.
Let's go!
Have you retired?
I'm going to do a pit guy so I don't cross the safety car.
Okay, that's fine. Well, possible race strategies. If you're starting on the hards, you'll be pitting around laps 16 to 17 mediums. I'd say a couple of laps before that, but the perfect start for the Red Bulls Titan.
Yeah, it is perfect start for him indeed. Oh, but he's got a penalty.
Yeah, first 3 second time penalty off the new season given to the Alpine driver in 15th position. Valtteri said he's going to retire in the pit lane to not give anyone the safety car, or not cause a safety car, I should say, and Kels is in 17th position. But it's Red Bull from McLaren from Ferrari as we head on to the first racing lap, I should say, of the new season.
Managed to keep going though, but he's running in P15. But what I've also noticed...
Yellow flag, and Jan Cortisa has gone around, and also involved in that collision is Marcus. So the two were going together for 7th position on lap number 2. They've come together on lap number 4, and they are now both out of the points, and their race is looking very, very dismal indeed. Did you catch that, Bottas? Did anyone catch that?
Damage
no,
for
but
Jan.
Cortisa is, yeah, he's missing an entire left side of his wing. Marcus, I think, escaped with absolutely no damage here.
Magnus Sheep
very
did get on
lucky
the
for
grass
him.
outside of turn 10, so he is a bit back, and his teammate is right on the backside of him, but he isn't going to pass him.
They're coming down in towards turn 11, both Ryu and Cypher running a little bit wide, and Hecaron sees the move! And gets past Oscar into third position.
Hecaron hit Oscar in that move, so I think that's going to go to the stewards if Hecaron doesn't give this back. So I think we'll see now if Hecaron gives it back or if he'll get a penalty, because that was a punt to pass and he gives the position back.
He's going to let him pass, and he's also let him put himself at risk of Magnus Sheep going around the outside, which he has done, and Magnus Sheep gets into 5th position. So Hecaron's gamble at trying to get past Oscar has backfired, because he let him pass, and he let Magnus Sheep pass inadvertently as well.
We got to remember that Hecaron is on the hard.
Marcus is out of the race. Marcus out of the race. We have our first safety car of the season. Marcus in the wall. Yeah, and I don't know whether we'll be able to see that from Jan Cotis's perspective. No, we won't, because the car has gone. First safety car of the season. I don't think we'll see any pit stops though, Titan. Yeah, and as Bottass predicted, everyone's coming into the pit lane.
They are double stacking.
Yeah, they are double stacking. They didn't get the biggest gap in the world, so Cypher will be held up. Of course, it's now McLaren at the tail end of the pit lane, of course, thanks to them winning the real-life Constructors Championship last season. Red Bull not held up too badly, though, for Cypher, so we might come out in a better position than we would have thought. But Ryu Zappu on the hard compound tyre will remain in the lead of the Australian Grand Prix.
Has Magnus just gained loads of positions from that?
Yeah, he gained Oscar and he gained on Oscar and Scythe.
Ryu Zappu will flick it left, then he'll flick it right. We'll find out how late or how early he decides to go. He's going to leave until past the final corner. Magnus Sheep isn't going to be too called out by this. Ryu Zappu does go. Magnus Sheep is called out a little bit by it. Oscar hasn't had the worst restart in the world, but Ryu Zappu leads Green Flag Racing again on lap 9 of 29 in the Australian Grand Prix. Magnus Sheep in second, Oscar in third, Hecaron fourth. Cypher F1 is in 5th, but he runs wide going through turn 1, allowing Westreezy to get a great run around the outside for turn 3. He is, of course, in the alternative strategy, medium compound tyre. He can't get the move done into turn 3, but early restart jitters there. Titan spun there! Cypher goes off! And those hard tyres not working for him at all, Titan.
No,
Chaos also went into the wall. Chaos and XX Godboy had made contact, but both have damage to their wings, I'm pretty sure.
Cypher really struggling on the hards, Titan.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the result at all, and the hards are not seem to be as good as they seem to be.
Hecaron
Magnus will now be in traffic.
Yeah, we're going to find out whether that's going to impact them quite a bit, or maybe not at all. I was focusing on Hecaron now, who's intensive Oscar. If he's getting close, and if he wants to make a move, he's probably got to make it now. Magnus Sheep goes past Theo, and Brad Gibb loses the place as well. Theo now racing Magnus Sheep for 7th, but Magnus Sheep does get the move done. A crucial overtake.
Whoa.
And now Westreezy is going to be behind them. Westreezy
Right, Hecaron pits. Hecaron pits.
Hecaron's in the pits.
So those medium tyres are now gone. Look at the lockup he had as he came in the box there, as he goes on to the mediums until the end of the race. So what do our runners on the hard compound tyre do now, Ryu? Oh, not Ryu, sorry, Bottass.
I don't know, let's see. Magnus, how much is Magnus gonna gain? Magnus gains 2 seconds on Zappu the last lap. 2 seconds.
He sets the fastest lap as well. 1 minute 18.864, and Ryu Zappu with a small little slide coming out of turn number 4. So maybe those hard compound tyres starting to struggle.
And
as
Hecaron
goes past Scythe F1.
Yeah.
A weird spot on the track. Around 9 laps to go. Titan, thoughts on a pretty eventful opening race of the season?
Good race. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season if this is what we have in store for so far.
Yellow flag, we do have a yellow flag. Godboy's out of the race now, and we have a safety car. And Ryu Zappu's saving grace arrives.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Hecaron just gained 2.5 seconds on Zappu last lap, so I think he had to react. This gives him a perfect opportunity now to react to this.
And Kels comes into the pits as well, so he's going to be the first of the drivers to come in for a new set of tyres under the safety car period. Ryu, Cypher and Smotchek all benefiting from this safety car. Heaven sent. Heavenly timed, Jamboy.
Heavenly timed, indeed. That may be an understatement, right? I don't think he'll lose a position. He might lose 2 or 3 positions to his teammate and Smotchek, but even then he should stay on the podium.
21 hours left in Le Mans, going to 20 hours to go. The 6 Porsche leads the way from the 83 Ferrari and the 50 Ferrari.
Yeah, I don't think the Saubers. I don't think they have any mediums left because they've two.
Yeah, as we suspected and as was glaringly obvious, Ryu Zappu pits, as does his teammate and as does Smotchek.
And Zappu will rejoin P1 as well.
Yeah. And that is just an incredible bit of luck for the Red Bull driver. A 6-lap shootout to the end of the Australian Grand Prix. Cypher F1 loses a front wing end plate from going into the back of Smotchek. And that is the danger from the safety car going in so early. And from that spot, there's always going to be an incident or two, and Cypher's going to be incredibly compromised on the restart. So Ryu Zappu, as he did all the way back on lap 9, will start this race in lap 24. And hopefully, for his sake, lead all the way to the end. When will he go? He went in the front straight last time. Will he try to catch out Westreezy? This time, of course, Westreezy suffering from a time penalty. Magnuship in net second place. But of course, he has to get past Westreezy on track to try and challenge Ryu Zappu for the race win. Ryu Zappu is about to gun the throttle, and we are ready and racing. Final 6 laps of the Australian Grand Prix. And look at Hecaron already going alongside Mr. Business, going on down into turn 1. Can't pass until the safety car line. They've gone past it now. Hecaron sends it up the inside into turn 1. Gets the move done. They do make contact. Mr. Business forced off the track. And Hecaron might be in a bit of trouble for that there, Valtteri.
Yeah, I think he might. He has absolutely no. Tom was on the outside there. Yeah, and he just got fully pushed off the track. Hecaron was on the curb, so I think that we go to the steward's room and Hecaron might be in trouble.
Jamboy, you're a bit biased in this situation, but clean move or even a bit dirty as more front wing end plates go flying off in the back.
Did nothing wrong with
And
it.
Cypher goes all the way into the gravel and in the wall and spinning around.
Oh!
And complete chaos for Cypher, who's now down in last and out of the race.
Yeah, and as Theo gets damage from the Cypher region. Well.
Red Bull were on for a 1-2 about 20 minutes ago. It's now all gone to nothing. Except for the fact Ryu Zappu's leading the race and has pulled out 7.5 tenths on Westreezy. Running a little bit wide through turn 11, but nothing too bad to curtail his lap. Magnuship in third position has not had a good restart whatsoever. And it seems like the field, at least for the top 3, has opened up. Smotchek going wheel to wheel. Magnuship holds on, but Smotchek gets the switch back. And Smotchek flies past the 3-time champion. Here comes Hecaron to the inside! On the grass! But can't get it done! Up the inside of Magnuship. Even then, he can't force his way through. And Hecaron got very close to perhaps a race-ending crash for all 3 of them. Maybe even Oscar if he got unlucky there. Hecaron showing signs of desperation here.
Yeah, I think it was a late move by Smotchek to cover off the right side of the track there. I don't think it's going to be worth a penalty, but I think it was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, he goes to the inside, and once again, a very risky move from Hecaron. He does get it done without major. And Magnuship to the inside. This time they both go off the track, and Hecaron off this time, not by his own deed, but by Magnuship's. Here comes Oscar to the outside, and Mr. Business to the inside. Oscar tries to go around the outside, Magnuship turned around. Magnuship turned around by his teammate, and his race falls to ashes, Valtteri Bottass.
What did I do?
I'm just asking you for an opinion.
Oh yeah. Business locked his front by when he tried to avoid Hecaron, and he went into the back of Magnus. Actually tapped him just a little bit, but it was enough to make the cargo sprint because the F125 handy model is still not inch perfect. In the battle for P4 will be interesting as Oscar, Hecaron and Business are in it. Mr. Business
Yellow flag, Jan Kotisa is out of the race!
Oh,
and it's a big crash! Jan Kotisa losing a wheel, or 2 wheels maybe, I didn't quite see it. But he goes out of the race in the final lap. That is extremely unfortunate for him. And Hecaron gets past. No retaliation from Oscar, but he will get past him due to time penalties. But Ryu Zappu now coming through the final sector. Now Magnuship getting past Sam Rose. So Magnuship on for 4 points this weekend instead of none. But for Ryu Zappu, he is on for a huge 25 points total. And as he comes through the final corner, he starts his Season 6 off with a win. The Mexican Maestro is back. And Ryu Zappu wins the Australian Grand Prix for Red Bull. And wins the first TRL race in F125. Smotchek is second. Westreezy third, but Hecaron will get on the podium. Oh, sorry. Oscar will get on the podium. Mr. Business 4th, Westrisi 5th, and Hecaron 6th. Brad Gibb comes home in 7th in his first race for Ferrari. Magnus Sheep claws back a couple of points in 8th, with Sam Rose and Theo rounding out the points positions in 9th and 10th, with Kels coming around the final corner in 11th to finish his home race in the last of the classified finishers. But Titan, a fantastic opening to the season for Ryu Zappu.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I couldn't ask for more. It was a perfect weekend for him.
Jamboy, not the best race for Ferrari, but you will take the points.
We'll take the points. Any points is any points, you know? You've got 11 races more to do some work, I
Ryu
think.
Zappu, man. We can't not talk about the Mexican Maestro coming back to win the first race. Spectacular performance. Valtteri Bottass. Ryu Zappu's back, it looks like.
It looks like he is. He won, and by a considerable amount. Obviously, it helped that the safety car came out, but even before that, he was still leading the race and looked to be dominant.
Let's take a look at your race order then for the first one in F125. Ryu Zappu wins 42 minutes, 37 seconds, and just about a couple of thousandths of a second in terms of time. He wins the opening race of the season. McLaren 2-3 in the podium with Motchek and Oscar. Mr. Business finishes in 4th for Kick Sauber in his first race for the reigning Constructors Champions with Westrisi, Hecaron, Brad Gibb, Magnus Sheep, Sam Rose and Theo rounding out our classified finishers and our point fours. Kelsbean was the last classified finisher in 11th. Janko Thiessen and Kazoo both finishing the race, or both being classified finishers, but being lap due to DNFs. The outright DNF finishers, Cypher, the God Boy, and Marcus